Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another video with Brooklyn. How are you all doing this wonderful Wednesday morning? So we're going to jump right into the video. I want to talk about Snoop Dogg's daughter, Cori, and her mental state issue. Cori took to Instagram and she made a video talking about her mental health and how she was feeling like ending it all, and how having a rich father and being rich does not mean anything, that people that are rich can have mental health issues too. Now, let me first say that before I even watched the video, I seen the title, and it's a YouTuber. Her name is Paris Milan, and she did a really good commentary. It was really good. I watch Paris's videos from time to time, and I like her. And she did a really good video on the topic, okay? Really good commentary. But I wanted to give my spin on what I thought, okay? Now, before I even opened the video, when I seen the title that she felt, you know, I think it was like somewhere in the reference of she felt like, you know, killing herself, taking her own life. I knew before I even opened it what it was about. The picture of Cori, Snoop Dogg's daughter, she's a very dark-skinned girl, okay? I knew, and she has very short hair. I knew that it was going to be because of her complexion. I knew off the bat. And the reason why I knew that is because I'm a dark-skinned girl, and I've had those same thoughts. Did I act on it? No. But colorism is real, and it's been going on for years. It did not just start, okay? So when I clicked on the video, she was saying how, you know, she thought that she was ugly, she was dark, she was called ugly, she was called different kinds of names, you know, her hair was short, she was fat, you know, just all kind of derogatory names because of her complexion and her hair texture. And she said that she would look at her two brothers because her Snoop's two sons are older than she is, okay? Those are two oldest boys, and she's the baby between him and his wife. They have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. The girl's the baby. And she said she would look at her brothers and think, you know, why couldn't I be light-skinned, and why couldn't I have nice hair? Because if anyone knows, Snoop Dogg's 2 sons are light, and they have very nice hair like their daddy. His wife, I don't really know the texture of her hair, but she has, you know, not a real long gray set strand of hair, and not a real short strand of hair, and she's on the light side. The daughter is dark out of all of them in the family. And although Snoop Dogg is not that dark, he's not a real light man, but he's lighter than his daughter, okay? So I would think that you would, in your natural mind, you would think she would have been lighter, but she's very dark. And she was saying how she was also diagnosed with lupus at the age of 6, okay? And how, you know, her skin would peel, her hair was falling out. And if you look at her hands against her face, it's totally 2 different complexions, which that's the case for a lot of us dark-skinned women. Our face is darker than our neck and our chest and our hands because your face is in the sun all the time, okay? But I can identify with her. I knew that's what it was going to be before I even opened up the video, because most of the time when you see a dark-skinned girl, a dark-skinned woman make reference to her complexion, make reference to being depressed, saddened, maybe wanting to get, you know, end it all in their lives, is always mainly because of the complexion of their skin and being bullied and harassed because of their complexion. Colorism. That's normally what it is. In that case, that's the experience that I have had being a dark-skinned woman, okay? You get, you know, called all kind of derogatory names. You're black, you're blacky, can't see you. All I can see is your eyes, the white of your eyes, your teeth, you know, things like that. Now, I never got called picky head or nappy head because my hair was always long. So, but I would get taunted and it would get pulled, and, you know, but it was based around the color of my skin because I was not a light-skinned girl. So as she was talking, you know, she was going on, Paris did some commentary, and then she also let you listen to the video of Cori, okay? And Cori was saying how, you know, she has a boyfriend who's about the same complexion as her father, and how wonderful he is, and how he's her trophy in real life, and things like that. You know, you can see the girl has a lot of low self-esteem just by her verbiage, okay? And Paris was saying how she doesn't think that she, being as young as she is, because she's 21, that she should be in this kind of relationship because of things that she has seen posted on Instagram from this guy making statements that were derogatory. One time he said that she smelled like fish. He was referring to a puppy of theirs who had their period, a female puppy, and that it smelled like her, fishy. You know, he makes a lot of derogatory statements, and I can understand what Paris is saying, because just looking at him and her, I would look at him and think that he was with her for a come up because of who her father is. That's how I see him as well. He doesn't even have to open up his mouth. You know, it's just something about him. Now, I could be wrong. He could legitimately love her, but some of the things that he say, he made a post before getting with her. You know, when I get my money right, I won't need you. So whoever he was talking to evidently had money. This girl, Cori, has this father who is worth $150 million, and she basically really has nothing. She does not have her own income, per her words. She lives in an apartment with this guy, her boyfriend. His name is Wayne. She was driving his car, which was an Acura, until her father bought her a car. Snoop Dogg handed her a set of keys to a Toyota Corolla, okay? Now, she did not want the Toyota Corolla in the beginning, but she said she have learned to love her vehicle and love what she has, because you cannot take material things with you to heaven, okay? Basically, that's what she was saying. Now, Snoop Dogg has the power to give his daughter anything in the world that she wants, okay? She was not happy with the car, but she accepted it, and she said she fell in love with the car. But most parents who have the money to give their children the world, give them what they can give them. I don't know why he chose to give her that car. Toyota Corollas, there's nothing wrong with it for the average person, but most people that has millions of dollars is not going to drive a Toyota Corolla, you know? She seems to be a responsible girl. She's living with her boyfriend, but she did make the statement that she was frustrated because he could not give her the things that she wanted. Now, if you listen carefully, she made the statement that I don't need them things. It's material. You can't take it with you. She's learning to live with what she has. But out the same mouth, she says that she's frustrated because her boyfriend Wayne cannot give her those things. So she does want them, but for some reason her father is not giving them to her, okay? She's with this guy. She's settling, to me, she's settling for less, okay? She's suffering with her identity, you know, being a dark girl, being overweight, having lupus. She's in and out of the hospital. She actually attempted to end her life. She has very bad migraine headaches. She took migraine medicine and Benadryl, as much as she could possibly hold, till she passed out. The paramedics found her via her aunt, revived her, took her to a mental institution for, you know, I guess a 72-hour hold or whatever it is. And I noticed she made the statement when she came out of the mental crisis that she could not wait to hug her auntie, her mother, and her grandmother. She did not mention Snoop. And she was raised up in the house with Snoop and his wife. She had a two-parent household. But I think that a lot of it, her crisis has to do with, and her self-image has to do with her father and her mother. Snoop Dogg made the money, and is rightfully, everyone would probably hold him more so responsible because he has at his fingertips all kind of avenues to get her the mental health that she needs, but according to her, she hasn't had it. Her brothers were in Snoop's path of creating their success. He made sure that he was behind them, pushing them to be successful. She sings, she has a beautiful voice, but he was not promoting her like he did his sons, okay? His son even made the statement that he wanted to play football because he thought it would make his father love him more. But his father told him he loves him regardless whether he plays football or not. So for him to make that statement tells me that he also felt unloved by his father, his rich father, right? This guy that she's with, she feels like he's taking care of her. She feels like he's, you know, down for her. He has her back. But he also took her Toyota Corolla and he wrecked it and could not even afford to help her get it fixed. I'm sure she had car insurance, but he could not even afford to help her get it fixed. And evidently he can't afford to get his own vehicle. He had a vehicle, but I don't know why he was driving her vehicle. I don't know what happened to his vehicle. Maybe he still has it but was driving hers. But my point is, she made the statement he's not able to give her the things that she wants. She was talking about having a Birkin bag and going to Bora Bora. She don't need those things. But out the same mouth, she was saying she was frustrated because Wayne cannot do those things for her. And again, you know, we are being visited by the sun. So please just, you know, ignore it. So my point is this. Like she said, being rich and having everything at your fingertips does not stop your sicknesses. It does not stop your diseases, and it does not give you self-esteem. This girl actually attempted to end her life. She actually attempted to just leave this earth. It didn't matter who her father was. She has always suffered with depression. This started at an early age. She said she took to social media when she was 13 years old to talk about it, her mental health issues, and people started running her down, calling her ugly, you know, bald head. She was fat, she was overweight, and her mother and father didn't want her to get on Instagram because they knew that these things could happen on the internet, you know, on social media, because they knew what can happen. And parents made an interesting statement that I want to address. She said that they should have prepared her for colorism. They should have prepared her for what people will call her, how people will react to her, and, you know, just prepared her for that. And I have to say that I don't think that that would have been successful, because I don't think you can prepare someone for abuse. I don't think that that's something that a parent wants to do. You don't prepare your child for abuse, you know? There's a lot of things going on in the world with racism and things like that. And it's just something that a parent just, it's not natural to just wake up your child in the morning and say, now when you go out here, they're going to hate you because you're black. They're not going to like you because you're dark skinned or because you're overweight. You know, a lot of times if you take that approach, it will embed low self-esteem more so into you. You know, I think a lot of times you just have to meet it. And then once you meet it, you handle it when you come into it, because believe it or not, a lot of people have not endured that colorism, being dark skinned. They have not endured it. And a lot of times you just don't think about it. I don't know if I would say that they should have prepared her for it, because I don't know if you really can prepare someone for colorism. That's something that they were born with. They cannot escape it, and they should not have to be schooled on how to deal with their color of their skin. To me, when you prepare somebody for it, you're already letting them know that their skin complexion is a problem, and this is how you're gonna have to deal with it, because the world see you as a problem, and I don't think that is healthy. And I'm speaking from a dark-skinned woman's perspective. That's just my perspective on it. Am I saying that Paris Milan was wrong? No, that's her opinion. But me being a dark-skinned woman, I don't think that that would be healthy, to tell your dark-skinned child that the world views her as something that's bad and this is what you need to do at such a young age like that. She was, you know, 13 and younger at this particular time. You know, how are they going to prepare a 6-year-old and let her know that you're dark, you're overweight, you got lupus, your skin is peeling, and people are going to look at you as a monster? Because she said people looked at her as a monster, you know? And Snoop Dogg made a statement to another black woman, you know, that she needs to grow her own hair. And when he made that statement, he was talking to not just this other woman, but he was talking to his wife and his daughter as well, because they both wear weave. They both wear wigs, okay? And this daughter of his, You know, even though he wasn't talking to her directly, he was talking about her. So that plays a part in her self-esteem and how she feels as well, because her father is supposed to be her #1 supporter. And for him to tell another black woman that she needs to grow her own hair, when you have a daughter at home suffering from colorism, people calling her bald head and people calling her blackie, and you are ugly and your skin is ugly, that set the tone. That sets the tone for future behavior. You know, it sets the tone for her to settle for things like that. How can they prepare her for colorism when her parents are doing the same thing? They are giving treatment to other women that their daughter is receiving from people. Even the mother, she's not stepping up saying, listen, Snoop, we don't do that. You know, I'm a black woman, your daughter's a black woman, your grandma, your mama, you know, we're black women. We wear wigs, we wear weave, you know. My daughter don't have hair like you, like her daddy. Her brothers do. She took hair after me. Don't say things like that. Everyone knows that Snoop has abused his wife emotionally, you know, with all these affairs, you know. He abused her emotionally, okay? His daughter is being abused financially because her boyfriend is just with her and he's not able to support her, according to her. Now, does he work? I don't know, but she did make the statement that she does not have her own income. And for some reason, it does not look that Snoop Dogg is giving her anything. I don't know why. Maybe Snoop Dogg realized that this guy is just with her for a come up and he's not going to support that. But Snoop Dogg did make a video saying that he was a good guy and he liked him, you know, but maybe he feels like, no, you know, that's her man. She wants to be with him. They can support each other, because according to her, she has nothing. That's what I'm gathering from it. You know, her father is rich, but she has her Toyota Corolla, which her boyfriend, actually, like I said earlier, he wrecked it. And that was the pushing point that pushed her over the edge to try to harm herself, because she said that was the only thing that she really loved, and he was reckless and he tore it up. He tore it up. She didn't say whether she had another vehicle or whatever the case may be, but he destroyed her vehicle, and it pushed her over the edge to take all those pills and try to end it. And talking about her mother, you know, her mother accepts so much abuse from Snoop Dogg. Her daughter stood back and watched it. So it's only natural for her daughter to settle and take it, you know, because she's in a position that she can have someone who has money, who can afford to take her out. Her father has rich people in his life that has rich children, rich sons. She's not an ugly girl by no means. She's beautiful. She does her makeup well. To me, she's a pretty dark-skinned girl, but she has low self-esteem. She said that she just started embracing her complexion within the last 3 months, and she's 21. This is a recent video, okay? And it's just a sad thing because, like I said, how could Snoop and his wife prepare her for the world and colorism when they are doing the same things? Her mother is showing her that this is how it's okay for a man to mistreat his wife. He has money. He can cheat on you. It's okay. I'm still here. Okay? The father is saying derogatory things to other black women. You know, grow your own hair and whatever the case may be. And his daughter is suffering with her hair. It fell out. She has to wear wigs and all. So how could they even possibly prepare her? I don't think that's something that you could prepare somebody for. It's just, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. And if you put that into a child's head, that's what they're going to be looking for someone to disrespect them, because you done gave them the heads up, you know. And that's something that you deal with as a child. Colorism starts as a little girl or a little boy. It starts young. When I was being called blackie and ugly and things like that, I was a little girl. I remember it as early as 5 years old. You know, I remember being told I was pretty to be dark. What's that? How am I pretty to be dark? Because everybody dark skin is ugly. You know, I was told that, oh, I would be a pretty girl if I wasn't dark, you know, coming up. But I finally got to the place that I was able to accept my color and my skin complexion, and I have no problem with people that have a problem with me, you know? And that's where she's going to have to be. You cannot prepare yourself for the world. I mean, no matter how much someone prepares you, no matter how long you go to school and get an education, you learn by experience. That's what you learn by. No one can prepare you for life. You have to learn by experience. No matter what you go through, you have to learn by experience, you know? And I like the Paris's commentary, but I just think that you have to learn by experience. I don't think that they can prepare you. Now, should she leave her boyfriend? I can't say that, but I do see him, to me, his personality seems as though he's with her for a come up, and that's just what I feel, you know? And I don't know if her father gives her an allowance, but she did say she does not have any income, so I would think that he don't work either. You know, and it's just sad that she's settling for that, because a lot of times women settle for men who can't do anything for them. They can't do anything for them, and then you wind up having to be the one to do it all, because she made a post saying that she promised to give him the world, and she's going to give him the world. So she's already set the tone to be able to have this man taken care of at her expense, because she already made that statement. I said I was going to give you the world, and I'm going to do that. You know, you're my trophy, because he's a nice looking young man, and the average person would probably look at him and look at her and think that he wouldn't even date her. You know, and it's just something about the young man. Am I right? No, but sometimes I'm with Paris on this. It's just something about the young man that just does not sit right. And that could be a reason why her father has not given her expensive cars, because I thought to myself, this man has all this money, he gives her a Toyota Corolla. That's not even the highest standard of a Toyota. Normally you get a Toyota Camry. He gave her a Toyota Corolla. And maybe he felt like she wasn't responsible enough, or her boyfriend wasn't responsible enough for a BMW or a Mercedes or a Lexus, you know, and gave her that, because at the end, the boyfriend tore it up. You know, so it may be more behind it why Snoop is not handing her out all these lavished gifts. We don't know the bottom line of it, but I do know that her self-esteem is really low and it's really sad, you know. And I think that her parents need to step in. It seems to me that she's handling a lot of this mental situation on her own. It's like she say her family is supporting her, but at the end of the day, it's like she's still handling it on her own, you know? And it's just a sad state, because as she said, having millions of dollars does not bring happiness. It doesn't make you happy. If you're not happy, you're just not happy. And she said she's always been sad. It didn't start at 13. I think that was mentioned in the video that, you know, the commentator was saying, you know, at 13 years old, it started all at 13. No, because she mentioned in the video herself that she's always been depressed. Well, she's always been sad. She's always been depressed. And depression starts young. You know, I used to be sad and stuff a lot when I was coming up. I used to be sad because, like I said, I was taunted because of the color of my skin. I had long hair, so my hair, they would pull my hair, you know, and things like that. So it starts at a young age, and it just blowed up in her face when she turned 13, because her parents did not want her to take to social media, trying to protect her. And she went out there and she did it, and she had to learn from experience, because parents cannot protect you from everything. You have to learn. And no matter how much you go to school and get an education and get degrees or whatever, you will not learn the job until you have some experience. And that's the same thing with racism and colorism in your own kind. You cannot learn how to deal with it until you actually go through it. You know, you cannot learn from just someone telling you, because they can tell you, but if they have not been through it, they're just telling you from what they see. They're not telling you from experience. And I just think it would have been unhealthy if they would have planted all of that in her at a young age to shield her. I think it would have been worse. That's my opinion. I think it would have been worse. I don't think that you could prepare anyone for this this type of stuff. You know, I just don't think that. And I hope that she gets the help that she needs, because I know she's saying now that she's better and that she has accepted her color of her skin and everything, and that she's overweight. And she's overweight because she has lupus, and they gave her steroids to take, and it just, you know, it just blowed her up. And that was at a young age. She was 6 years old when she was diagnosed, so they gave her the steroids, and she's, you know, a chunky girl. And then she's dark, and then she has short hair, and you know, they would consider you to be looking like that as an Aunt Jemima. You know, I was called Aunt Jemima, and I wasn't chunky. I was skinny as a rail. You know, but because of my skin tone, you know, so before I even hit the video, I knew what she was going to say. I knew what Cori was going to say. I knew that's where her depression stemmed from. It didn't even stem from the lupus. It stemmed from the complexion of her skin. That's how the video started. Before she was diagnosed, she was looking at her brothers asking why, crying, why are they light and why am I dark? Why do they have the nice hair? Why is my hair like this? It started at a young age. It already hit her. She could see the difference between herself and her siblings, you know. And then her father spent so much time with the boys. You know, she wasn't a daddy's girl. She was not a daddy's girl. And, you know, now she's out there, she's dating a guy, she's living with a guy, and he's not doing anything. He's supporting her by being there with her through her sickness and her illness, but she has stress that she is frustrated because he cannot financially support her. But yet and still she's in the situation with him, you know. And when he made that post that, you know, when I get my money right, I don't need you no more. He was not with her when he made that post, but for him to make that kind of post, that should give her some red flags, you know, because I really do believe that he's with her hoping to get a come up from her daddy. I really do. I really do. I really do believe that. He also made statements in some posts that he liked mixed girls. He liked mixed girls. Then he came back and made a statement that he liked dark-skinned girls, dark mixed girls. You know how you could be a dark-skinned girl, but you're mixed with something like Asian or something, or Cambodian, Dominican. Then he came back and said he wanted a chocolate girl. And that's when I think he started going after her. And that's my opinion, because he knew what he was doing. Maybe he had just met her or whatever. And he got the chocolate of the chocolate. And she's a pretty chocolate girl. But I understand how she feels because I've been there. I've been there, and I know how it feels to be generalized by your color of your skin in your own race. In your own race. I know how it feels to be depressed and sad at a young age, and no one knowing about it. But in this case, they know about it, and they should step up, and they should be giving her some kind of mental support as far as going to doctors and getting her some mental health, you know, somebody to talk to, you know. And I hope she does not attempt it again, because she's always, you don't just get over depression like that. She's been depressed all her life, and she's 21, you know. And sometimes you come into a situation where you just feel great all of a sudden, and then you crash. And I hope that's not the case with her, you know. I hope she goes on to start making her own income, because she says she doesn't have income. And it's just puzzling to me, you know, $150 million status of your father, and you don't have any income. You know, he gives you a Toyota Corolla. You're living with a man who doesn't have, he's poor. He doesn't have any money, no background as far as having any money. And I just find it strange, you know. So I'm thinking that maybe they have a reason for not giving her more. You know, I don't know, unless he just don't want to give her more. I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe it's something behind Snoop Dogg not giving his daughter, you know, more. And when he tore up the car, that kind of threw up a red flag for me, that maybe Snoop Dogg gave her that cheaper car. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with a Toyota Corolla, but maybe he gave her that instead of a Benz or a BMW or a Jag or something, because he felt like there was some irresponsibility there or something. It has to be a reason maybe why he's not funding her like most parents would, you know. She said she see other girls out there her age that has money, and they got all these different cars, and they doing their thing, and she just at home looking at the Disney Channel She's 21. She said, I'm just sitting at home looking at the Disney Channel and figuring out what I want to eat. And I'm thinking to myself, you're 21 and you're just laying on the couch looking at the Disney Channel? That's all you're doing? You're 21 watching the Disney Channel and eating? So it's, you know, maybe it's a reason behind why he's not giving her the finances and things. Because a 21-year-old don't lay on the couch at home and look at Disney channels. You know, they just don't. They have a lot more going on, maybe in college. You know, they got a boyfriend, they got a little job, you know. She has an Instagram page and she has a YouTube channel, and hopefully she'll start making money from that, maybe, because she says she has no income. You know, I don't follow her, and surprisingly, I didn't even know Snoop Dogg had a daughter. That was shocking to me, because I've seen videos of Snoop Dogg online, on TV with his family, and I always seen the two boys and his wife. I've never seen this girl. I've never seen her. I'm not saying that he hid her. I know he didn't, but I've never seen her. And I've never seen her, you know, and I was shocked that Snoop Dogg had a daughter. I was really shocked, because I just never seen her before, you know, and, you know, but I hope that she gets okay. I hope that she finds her path and finds out what she want to do in life. And I hope she gets, you know, better. And I hope she meets someone that can, you know, be what she want them, not what she want them to be, but just better for her, you know. And hopefully maybe this little boy, he's 24, maybe he will become successful. Maybe he's not there for a come up. But I'm with Paris on this. Paris Milan, I feel like there's a motive behind it. And that could just be me. I feel like there's a motive behind it. A lot of times, us black women, you know, the women, regular black women and women in the industry, when you marry a man, he comes to you with nothing, and you make him your manager, or you make him your trophy, and you are the one that is supporting him. A lot of times it does not end well. You know, it does not end well. They walk off with your money and you supported them, you know, and a lot of times it's not good, you know, for the woman to step up and do all of it. It's just not. You have to let a man find his way. If he want to be with you, he go out and he find his way. This boy should be in school somewhere working and saying, I know your daddy got money, but I love you, and I got 2 jobs to make sure that we doing this and we doing that. I might not can buy you a Birkin, but hey, I can buy you a Michael Kors bag. You know what I'm saying? And we might not can go to Bora Bora, but we can go to Atlanta or something. She says he can't do nothing. So that's why I'm saying that maybe he's not working. And that's why I feel like he's there for a come up, you know. But I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. So anyway, I'm going to go. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. And with that being said, I'm going to say vielen Dank. That's thank you very much in German. So vielen Dank for watching me. And choose, that's what? That's bye in German.